Aloha! My name is Spence and I'm from Hawaii. I'm born and raised here, and some of my relatives that settled here are actually from Denmark, which is pretty cool, I think. I currently am 27 years old and make money doing irrigation work as a trade, all while enjoying life with a beautiful woman in a gorgeous location. I've gone from being homeless and a cluck dead broke alcoholic to being 20 months sober and on my way to achieving everything I have ever dreamed for. My purpose for this video is to just shine some light on an aspect we have all faced, either being the bully or being bullied or both. Here's my take on how bullying in real life mostly has affected me, but how RuneScape, old school RuneScape particular, but RuneScape back in the day, has truly helped me cope and move forward with the negative impacts bullying can leave behind. And now I'm just in a blessed place, so I can be here and share with all of you beautiful people my insight. I have been negatively impacted by bullies. What they teased me about ranged from simple things like nerdiness, or my gullibility. People usually who have Asperger's usually are super gullible. More permanent, non-controllable thing I have been teased about is my Dwayne syndrome. See, I can get over whatever the other things are, be less gullible, just be create different guards. But I have something called Dwayne syndrome as well. It sounds like I'm like a total retard, but I'm not, and it's really not that bad. But these are just things that I've worked through, and that I still work with every day. You know what I mean? So for anyone who's going through these obstacles or who thinks that they're suffering from these things that God gave them, guess what? You know, you're not alone, and there are people that are doing way greater things than I even, or have done well. I'm just stoked every day that goes by without drinking is a success. So anyway, back to the Dwayne syndrome. For anyone who doesn't know what it is, Dwayne syndrome is a congenital and non-progressive type of strabismus due to abnormal development of the sixth cranial nerve. It is characterized by difficulty rotating one or both eyes, outward abduction, or inward adduction. So it's basically like my nerves play tug of war with my left eye, the one that I have Dwayne syndrome in. When I tell it to turn left, my brain tells it to turn left. It stays looking straight, while my right eye turns left, making me look cross-eyed or cockeyed. This is actually pretty funny, but I have only used it as a means to find more satisfaction in everything physically demanding that I can do. I'm a capable person. You'd be surprised how capable you are. The final thing I have been bullied about in real life, mostly, and especially because I grew up in Hawaii, is for being white. Oh my God, what is this white person talking about reverse racism crap? No, for real. Yeah, so go figure, right? It's racism, and it's not cool. I grew up being called a haole, or a person who speaks without breath, but it has become a racial slur for white people here in the islands. I've been beaten up because of being white. I've been teased, had to fight, won some fights, gotten beaten up some more before I found my way. Never looking back since. And it's a way of peace, harmony, tranquility, and just complete cut off seclusion from all those who seek to impose negativity on others' lives. So just keep delving into yourself and building up your blocks and walls, but don't callous your heart, because love is out there. Old School RuneScape has helped me and continues to help me move forward with thinking positively past all the blockages and obstacles these real evils in life have placed in my way, and I bet in your way. And I'm not perfect. I've been on the other end, the receiving, the end of the gun, pulling the trigger, because it just gets to that point where it's a cyclical, disgusting thing where like then someone gets so negatively impacted by something that they then go around and lash out in a similar way that those other people were impacting them negatively in. And I'm just lucky that I consciously caught myself before I went super into a gnarly spiral. So playing old school RuneScape has kept me goal-oriented in life, as it does directly transmute how we can be in the real world. So some of my closest friends in the game lead exceptionally unique and healthy lifestyles, which I find worthy of bringing up just in this as a quick, like a quip, you know. I've, you know, friends that just stick to some things, you know, they stick to a sport, stick to a hobby, go out and explore, go out and be with friends, be social, be alone, but just find escape from RuneScape as well. But old school RuneScape is a safe place, straight up. I can log in, and if I'm approached or flamed by toxic people, I can easily block them and or report them, depending on how low they try to get me to stoop and how poorly they're out to make me feel. The toughest part is to just ignore them instead of instigating or feeding back into their flame. Bullies can be defeated faster than they can cut us down here in the game, and for that I am truly grateful and appreciative of every time I log in. Bullies oftentimes have it worse off than the person they're bullying, as they only want to bring the other person down to their level instead of uplifting and promoting positive growth and consciousness shift, because they are already in there. It's like the crabs in a bucket ideology. If you guys have ever heard of that saying, crabs in a bucket, everybody's just trying to climb on everybody to get out instead of work together. And yeah, that's not cool, trying to do that. So having the retreat in old school RuneScape has truly helped me see this for what it is. And most often the bullies are crying out to be helped, or even just heard and acknowledged, and acknowledge that they're important in this world, and that whatever messed up things that are happening to them don't make them who they are. So like, and they don't, just because they go and get hit by their drunk dad, doesn't mean that they have to go and take somebody else's lunch money, just as an example, you know. Or because their crackhead mom says really gnarly things and poor things to them in their life, they have to just go and troll people all day, every day. You know what I mean? It's because those things don't make them who they are, and if they realize that, they can start breaking that cycle and the curse. I'm sure a mature person can see how everyone has been on each end of the gun, and now it's the time to move forward by acknowledging those who aren't vibrating as higher level and not feeding their poor attitudes towards other innocent strangers. So like, so we just we continue to uplift and move past those things, but keep them in view and keep them in discussion, but not being a part of them, like being not of the world, but being in the world. So in conclusion, I believe old school RuneScape and bullying go hand in hand, as there is toxicity in the game, similarly to how there is toxicity in regular life. In reality, we can use old school RuneScape as a training ground to get stronger in all aspects, and not feed into their crap by trying to have a better comeback, but by ignoring them, you know what I mean, and just completely cutting off the energy to their show and their flame. If they're crossing major boundaries, reporting them as well. I'm blessed to have the life I am. I'm blessed to have the life that I have and live the life that I live. This opportunity to reflect and to share with the world is genuinely awesome, and I adhere to the power behind all those who share about this personal experience with other people as well. So like, everyone has their own personal experience, and I hope that this brought some leveling with you. If you still haven't subscribed, then please do so by now and enjoy surfing my channel and pondering some of my vents, rants, and expressions of how I feel, all in hopes for someone like you to know you're not alone, and we can all pull through the dumping of negativity we see these days together. So stay alive, stay well, and stay focused, everyone. Thanks again. Peace out. Aloha.